Okay, so this is a reply to the religion and science aspects of Twilight explained by nuttymadam. And I would like to say, nuttymadam, I'm a huge fan of yours. I don't agree with you most of the time, to be perfectly honest, but I love the fact that you keep talking about whatever it is you want to talk about. You keep going, you don't let anyone discourage you, and I think that's badass. So many people say so many horrible things about you, and yet you keep on going. And so, I think that's cool. Um, anyways, back on track here. We're here to talk about the certain things about the vampires in Twilight, and why people are so mad about the changes that Stephanie Meyer made to the actual vampires. Well, first I'm going to address the religious aspect, and you have an interesting theory about it with the whole Judas thing. But what your explanation doesn't explain is that Judas is being punished by God, and yes, you did say that, for his sin, but it doesn't explain how he would get the power to turn other people into vampires. So I gotta cut that out. And as far as the religious aspect, what I really think it is I think it's from Dracula, which is the word meaning son of the devil, that the Romanians gave to Vlad Tepes, the Impaler, who was the original vampire, and he died on the battlefield apparently, and then came back. And so everyone was so sure that he was immortal, and that he had made a pact with the devil, and that he was the devil's actual son. And so that I think is where the religious aspect goes. It's that he was supposed to come from the gates of hell, and to scare his enemies away, he would drink their blood. So that is what I think the original myth came from. And as far as all the religious things, of course, that's because he's, as aforementioned, the devil's son. But I like the way you're thinking. You're arguing the case intellectually, and I like that. I like that you're actually basing it on facts, not just saying, "Well, you're fucking stupid and screw you," because I mean that's just it's childish. Moving on to the marble skin. I get that they have marble skin because that makes them stronger, but I guess what I'm a little fuzzy on is why marble? Why not something else that's even stronger? I mean, diamond is strong and it doesn't necessarily sparkle unless it has a bunch of tiny cuts in it, the way like a princess cut is, but raw diamond does not sparkle as much. Um, it looks almost like glass, except for it's the strongest substance on the planet, so why not with that? Um, and that's a contradiction in the book because Stephanie Meyer says that it looks like he has a bunch of diamonds inlaid into its skin, and then later it's said that it's marble, and then they sparkle because they're marble, and marble sparkles. And the sparkle of marble is very different from the sparkle of a diamond, so they wouldn't look the same. So I don't know. I'm not trying to diss on you, not at all. This is an intelligent conversation about the origins of certain things. Now, I believe you're confused as to why people are upset about this. Well, let me answer that for you, because I think that people are upset that Stephanie Meyer, more than anything, created superhumans that just happen to feed on human blood. Well, a lot of creatures feed on blood, and they're not vampires, they're mosquitoes and leeches, and that's what we call them. Because that's what they are. They're not vampires, they're insects and parasites. So, there you go. There's not a lot of parasites out there that are actually stronger than the thing that they feed off of as far as blood goes. I mean, obviously, a tiger is stronger than a rabbit, but I'm talking about the actual blood sucking. They suck the blood because that's easiest to get to, because you don't actually have to kill somebody to get to their blood. So, and also Stephanie Meyer herself has said that these books came from dreams she was having, and that Bella Swan herself did more research into vampires than she did as an author of a book about vampires. So I think the fact that Stephanie Meyer created a being that other than being immortal and feeding on blood, has nothing in common with the rest of the vampires. And so, just because you have something in common with something doesn't mean you are something. I breathe oxygen, so does my cat. We're not the same being. Anyways, these are my points, and I refrain from being nasty, and I would love for you to reply and maybe explain to me why I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me why. And I would love to hear from you because I I'm not a fan of Twilight. I love Harry Potter, and I would love to challenge you, Nutty Madam, a friendly challenge. Convert me into a Twihard. Make me love the books, because I would love for that to happen. I don't think it's possible, but it could happen, and if anyone could do it, I think it would be you. So, peace, and don't ever quit.